Because believe it or not, this podcast talaga started because I failed somewhere.
I always like putting myself inside a room wherein ako yung pinaka may walang alam.
When do you know when to let go and when do you know when it's time to quit? Because I think there is power in quitting.
Yeah. Paano ko ba malalaman kung titigil na ako o hindi? Hello everybody and welcome back to the boot camp for grown-ups in progress. Camp Confidence!
Hello mga madam and welcome back to another episode, our dear season finale. But don't worry because we'll be back in just a little bit. Hindi kayo mawawala ng ganong katagal. Anyway, that being said, just to wrap things up, and this is again a topic that a lot of people, especially you mga madams, ask us about. It's all about failure and how failure is a step towards success in a way.
Yeah. How do we navigate failures? Paano ba tayo bumabangon muli?
Yeah. And to start things off, before we talk about our personal failures, we want to start with the story of how a failure led to Camp Confidence Radio. Because believe it or not, this podcast talaga started because I failed somewhere. It was an application. I was in Spain and I thought na podcasting kasi was going to be the next big thing, diba?
Yeah.
And I thought that if I could receive the grant through the Google Podcasts Fellowship Program Eme Route during that time in 2019. Akala ko if ma-receive ko yung grant na yon, which is gonna get me like a couple 100,000 pesos, pwede ako umuwi and I'll be set. Ma-afford ko na magkaroon ng employee. Kaya akong umuwi sa Philippines and not be a failure. Kasi diba parang pang ilang career change ko na to, tapos lagi lang failure. So I thought podcasting was gonna be the next big thing. So nung nag-apply ako, binuhos ko talaga lahat. Originally, it was gonna be called Camp Confidence.
Yeah.
But ang idea ko doon was to talk about colorism in the Philippines. In hindsight, hindi talaga nag-make sense yung proposal ko. Parang like, why?
Okay.
Kasi it needed to be parang documentary style. Tapos hindi ko rin gets yung buong idea na meron ako. But in my head, I knew I wanted to start a podcast. So then when I came home and I didn't get it, I got a rejection letter. I mean, obviously I was there. I was very disappointed because in my mind, it was set na this is how I was gonna earn by creating content.
Anong year to, madam?
2019.
2019. Okay.
So in my head, ito na yung source of income ko. Kasi very young pa ang creator industry. Hindi ko alam yung brand deals. Kasi wala namang brand deals, di ba? Hindi ko alam. I had no idea that that's how creators made money. Wala pang masyadong affiliate marketing that time. Hindi pa ako ganun ka-established host. Actually, hindi talaga ako established na host. So in my head, meron lang ako one way to do it. But since I didn't get it, alam niyo naman na hindi ako nagpapatalo. And
competitive tayo dito.
Competitive, yeah. I knew na if I didn't get what I wanted one way, I'll have to figure it out another way. And that's what happened with Camp Confidence. I decided that if hindi ako makakakuha ng grant from an organization to fund my thing, I'll just have to fund it myself.
Yeah.
And what happened was I bought 2 mics from Lazada. Affiliate link below.
Yeah.
Charot. Wala
Click the link below.
Click the link below. But akala ko, yung binigay ko sa'yo, diba?
Yeah.
My gosh. It was this super cheap microphone from Lazada. I just bought 2 because I thought, okay, one is for me, one is for my guest. And season 1, I learned everything myself. Because if I received the grant, I would have hired an audio editor. That time, wala pang video. I would have hired an assistant, a producer. But since wala akong budget, I was like, okay, I guess I have to learn
end
to end. I'll have to do everything. So that's what happened. I started recording the podcast from my closet. Kasi meron kaming closet ng sister ko na magkaharap. So, tinanggal namin yung doors nun. So, nagmukha siyang walk-in closet. Hindi siya walk-in closet, by the way. It's just magkaharap na closet. So, doon ako nag-record. I'd put a tiny table, my laptop, my mic. And then, yung first episode ko with Danny, yung first guest ko. Kasi yung first episode, solo episode. Yung second episode, may guest ako si Danny. My gosh, pinapunta ko siya sa sala ko. Sa closet ko. And galing pa siyang Cavite.
Yeah.
Imagine, pinapunta ko siya, almost Fairview na ako nakatira.
Farview.
Tapos, pinapunta ko siya doon, nakakaloka. And then, that's where it started. You know, it was a failure. And then I just refused to not do what I wanted to do just because it was a failure. And then, Camp Confidence grew with us. By the second season, I realized I couldn't do it alone. And then I phoned Riza and I was like, Madam, I have a pitch. Hindi pa kami close nun. Pero I was like, I think this...
First time ever na conversation natin yun. Yeah. First ever conversation.
Oh my gosh, we should go back to our first messages.
Nung nakita ko nga yun, parang, may message ako ni Ayin Bernos, friends, for context kasi. Pinafollow ko na si Ayin, Spain days pa lang. Pinapanood ko siya maglaba sa laundromat. At hila-hila yung Sunday. Tapos, can you imagine, parang someone you follow on YouTube randomly messages you na parang, Hi, Riza, I want to pitch something. Tapos parang, ayun yung year of saying yes ko. So parang sabi ko, kahit hindi pa naman ako experienced with podcasting, alam ko ang galing nito magsalita, di ba? Tapos parang, paano ko sasabay? Pero sige, yes. Okay, laban natin yan.
Yeah. And I'm glad you said yes.
I'm happy.
Because my gosh, can you imagine? Like, we've done so many seasons together. Like, since season 2. So, 9 na to. We did 8.
Yeah, 8 seasons together. Iba yun.
Galing mag-math, grabe.
As a mathematician ka dun, madam.
Oo, grabe. Nagulat ka, di ba?
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 seasons. Ilang episodes?
Times 12.
Hindi, wag
next,
na.
Wala na tayong oras. For the
I don't think we did 12 episodes each eh.
Yeah,
anyway. It was a lot. It was a lot of, my gosh, like I really don't know, because even when I was doing when I was establishing Morena the label and I was starting Caillou, ikaw yung tinatanong ko about stuff. Parang, my gosh, what was life gonna be like if hindi tayo nag-co-host ng podcast?
Yeah.
Like, wild.
If hindi ako nag-yes, parang yung mga opportunities na with Camp Confidence.
We share a manager.
Yeah. And
Like,
then, diba?
Content creator ka na talagang ganap.
Legit. She's legit. Yeah. With Ayin, co-hosting with Ayin made me improve so much.
Thank you.
About my communication skills, yung hosting, mga pagsalita, ganyan.
Naalala ko nga nung first few episodes natin, like, you type down everything you were gonna say. As in script. As in, before na i-film, ako naman, wala, iniisip ko on the day. Like, parang,
galing nito
ano kayong topic? Hindi kami nagpa-plan anything. Tapos she would just, like, she would ask me days in advance because gusto mo nga malaman agad-agad para makasulat ka na script.
Para maka-research ako, maka-reflect ako sa mga gusto kong sabihin. Yeah. We started April 2020 and umpisa pa lang ng pandemic. So, we were
Zoom.
Recording through Zoom. Tapos, ang galing nun kasi, ang galing ni Madam Ayin kasi siya talaga yung gumagawa lahat. As in, di kasi ako marunong. So, parang sabi lang niya nun, naalala ko sa call, wala kang ibang kailangan gawin. Magre-record lang tayo. Ako na lahat. Ganon. Tapos parang ako kahit gusto ko tumulong, hindi ako marunong. Ganon. Tapos parang, ang galing kasi as in,
we figured it out. Nasa studio na kami. And super nice talaga. I really love looking back at moments like this and comparing it to where we are now and where we can be.
Yeah.
Kasi pag pinanghawakan mo talaga yung like, I'm gonna make this work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna be better. Like, I may not be the best now or I may not have all the resources now, pero when I figure it out, and I'll figure it out along the way, watch me.
Yeah, totoo. It's really just refusing to stop. Na parang kapag may goal ka, what if hindi mo tinuloy yung Camp Confidence nung hindi inano ni Google, diba?
Yeah.
So,
I can't imagine what life would be like kung hindi ko tinuloy.
Now it reminds me of Lana PH. Di ko alam kung nakwento ko na dito sa Madam Hood na muntik ko nang i-close yung Lana PH.
Talaga?
Kasi I started Lana 2017. So, it was really a passion project. Wala akong kaalam-alam, baby sa business, ganyan. First ever ko na umorder in bulk, tapos ibebenta ko, ganyan. Tapos, for the next 2 years, so, I opened Lana PH June 2017. Tapos hanggang 2019, it's either break-even or lugi ako. Every month. Tapos, there was a time na meron akong 1 or 2 employees nun. Tapos, nag-rent ako, which was a bad move. Na parang, hindi ka nga kumikita, tapos nag-rent ka ng place. Napaka-smart. Ganon, diba? Tapos, as in, yung expenses namin nun, umaabot na ng 80,000 a month. Pero, ang kita ko, or yung gross sales ko, meaning yung hindi pa bawas yung expenses. 50,000. So, lagi akong abonado. Laging abonado si Josh noon. I was really on the verge of, okay, sige, kapag 2019 hindi talaga gumana si Lana PH, sorry, pero kailangan ko na siyang i-close. Yun din yung sabi ni Josh. Kasi parang hindi na siya logical na 2 years man ang dinadrag yung sarili mo na hindi ka pa rin okay. Tapos hanggang titiisin mo pa rin ba? Pero sabi ko na gusto ko mag-give up pero parang hindi ko kayang i-give up pa. So sabi ko, I'll do the best I can. Lahat talaga ng mga paraan ginawa ko. Lahat ng mga pakulo na naisip ko. But yung isa sa mga turning point there was workshop that I attended. Tapos talagang nilagay ko yung sarili ko sa community na ako yung pinaka walang alam. Favorite ko yun. Can I just say?
Mastermind,
yeah,
diba?
the mastermind. I always like putting myself inside a room wherein ako yung pinaka may walang alam. Kasi I know the opportunities, the endless opportunities that I could get in a pool, in a room of people smarter than me. Ganon.
That's so, that's really an uncomfortable place to be. Especially if gusto mo, syempre, like, gusto mo nakakasabay ka or you want to be, para i-compare mo sarili mo na parang, kaya ko makisabay. Pero to put yourself in a place na parang, oof, wait.
I can learn a lot, right? Ayun.
I should apply that to other areas of my life, like fitness.
Yeah.
Kasi parang ayoko yung sobrang dehado ko. But, it really pushes you when you are with people who are so much better than you, more experienced. Grabe talaga.
Tsaka honestly, kapag napunta ka naman dun sa pool na ganon, especially if it's a right community, they will help you where you want to go, kung saan mo gusto pumunta.
I'm curious, what was the change na you applied to your business strategy with Lana that turned it around?
Okay, that time, all along, akala ko alam ko na lahat ng marketing, strategies, But apparently, hindi pala ako marunong gumawa ng Facebook ads na maayos. Ads, marketing strategy.
So, nung time na yun, Facebook ads?
So, nung time na yun, it was the height of Facebook ads. Tapos, yun, tinuruan ako ng mga tao doon kung paano ba talaga, like, checking data, analytics, numbers, kung paano to gagawin. That was something that I did not know. So, kaya gusto ko talagang nilalagay yung mga sarili ko sa posisyon na medyo ako talaga yung pinakawalang alam. Kasi, right now, I only know what I know. Hindi ko naman alam kung ano yung hindi ko pa alam, right? So, ayun, yun yung isa sa mga nag-pivot, tsaka community, madam. Parang community na sasabihin sa'yo kung ano yung what you can improve on. Kasi meron silang fresh set of eyes na parang checking your business, kaya anong pwedeng ma-eliminate, anong pwedeng madagdag, ganun. So, yun, I think, being in a community and allowing yourself to experience the knowledge that you can absorb from people.
Yeah. I think yun yung mga pinaglaban natin na would be failures.
Okay,
but at the same time, there's also the question of when do you know when to let go and when do you know when it's time to quit? Because I think there is power in quitting.
Yeah.
Like, true. When you identify something na you've done everything and it hasn't worked out, it won't work out, being able to see that is also a strength. So, let's talk about our failures. Now, we decide, okay, like, gotta let this go.
Yeah.
Ano yung ganun for you?
Yung ganun for me would be a couple of brands na tinayo namin before na hindi talaga nag-work. Number 1 is Talaala. So, it was a jewelry brand. It was a customizable jewelry brand. Tapos, ang assessment ko dun, well, it eventually failed kasi parang dinisect ko din yung information kung bakit hindi nag-fly yun. Number 1 is hindi ako super hilig sa jewelry. Parang hindi ako super hilig sa jewelry. Hindi ko masyadong na-differentiate yung branding niya versus Lana. Parang medyo thin line yung, di ba? Parang medyo nagko-cross yung branding ni Talaala tsaka ni Lana. Nakakatawa yun. Nilaunch ko siya in the height of the pandemic. I think it was August 2020. Oof. Walang lumalabas. Sinong mag-aalahas? Diba? So, yun. Tapos parang eventually, parang with the numbers na rin, with the data na parang, okay, sulit pa ba na i-drag pa natin to? Tiisin pa ba natin? Hanggang eventually we decided na, okay, sige, okay lang. And that's one thing na gusto ko ring sabihin sa mga negosyante na nandito, kailangan meron kang, kumbaga parang KPIs. Paano ko ba malalaman kung titigil na ako o hindi? I only have two. Number one is gusto mo pa ba siyang ituloy o hindi? Second is may pera ka pa bang pantuloy o wala na?
Yeah.
So yun, dapat dalawang yun yung check. Kasi if isa doon, hindi na.
Yeah.
It's time to...
And sometimes it is that simple. Like, gusto mo pa ba? That's an easy answer actually, now that I think about it. And of course, the logical side is may pera ka pa ba?
Kaya pa ba?
What was the thing that made you decide, okay, this is truly the end for Talaala?
Ako naman, hindi ko siya... I never close doors. Pero, kasi malay natin, di ba? Parang,
baka bumalik.
Let's see. Maalala natin si Talaala, di ba? So, pero so far now, parang yung energy namin ni Josh is not in that direction yet.
May iba na kayong ginagawa
may mga hindi naman mas fun. Parang yun yung gusto namin i-dedicate yung energy namin doon. Like with real estate and with Sea Cove. How about you, madam? Ano yung mga, hindi naman fails, ano yung mga instances na sinabi mo, okay, di talaga to para sa akin, goodbye, ganon.
Okay, maybe not entrepreneurship in general, but more moving goods.
Retail.
I realized na my brand of entrepreneurship is myself. Like content creation.
You are the product.
Yeah, I am the product, unfortunately. Not an object though, but you get what I mean. Yeah. I am a host. I sell my platform, I do this, that, blah, blah, blah. Pero personally me, I don't like moving inventory. And that's hard because I started with t-shirts, which is great.
Yeah, ever
since. Kasi that's my first business.
Yeah.
My first business, I was selling t-shirts, band t-shirts in high school. And under the table pa yun kasi bawal magbenta sa school namin. So like, I would get orders from Facebook and multiply. And then multiply. And then I'd sell them in school. Like, ito yung payment, cash. Grabe, tuwang-tuwa pa ako pag may cash ako. Alam mo yung feeling na yun, parang, ang daming cash, ganyan, bibilang akong pera. And then I had like a record book, ganyan. And then eventually, when I moved back from Spain, ang dami ko pang mga kung ano-anong binenta in between. But when I went back from Spain, I bought a heat press for my t-shirt. I started selling Morena the Label shirts. Now kasi it's a non-profit. So we will get back to selling shirts, but most likely it'll be through a collaboration with another shop or another business, whatever. So, hindi na siya magiging katulad ng dati na kami ni Simon yung nagpe-print. Oh my gosh, grabe yun.
I remember that.
Yeah, you remember? I had an office before sa Fairview. We had a little townhouse. And then, dun si Simon nagpe-print, ganyan. And then upstairs, I do the admin work. Tapos, after nun, of course, I had Caillou. Caillou is paused for now because we're not sure where we want to go. Kasi all 5 partners, we're all doing different things. Everyone's really busy doing their own thing. We have our own careers. And we kind of realized along the way that maybe we cannot commit to it as much as we thought we could at the beginning. But we tried. We gave it a good fight. And we were really proud of the product that we made. Our lipsticks. So proud of our lipsticks.
I love it so much. Love You a lot. OG.
I have lots of
Love
my
You a lot.
lipsticks.
Nag-cord ako.
Yeah, happy naman ako talaga sa products namin. But the business of moving products, ang hirap niya. Like, wow, I did not realize how hard it would be, especially knowing that there's another way I could earn money. And I enjoy hosting a lot more. It was hard for me to take care of everything. It was so hard. I realized other people are made for this, but not me. Which is hard to admit, especially after you've poured so much into this. Like, my name is attached to that, Like, yeah, I was very front-facing, client-facing. Tapos, it was a lot of money. Our savings went into that. And it's hard to just let go of something so big, right? And you have this sunk cost fallacy na you think, ang dami ko nang binuhos dun, masasayang. Or like, ang dami ng years. Same with relationships. Like, 5 years na kami. Sayang naman yung 5 years, diba? But that's, whatever. Like, it happens. You need to identify the time to let go. And I think, in fairness to me, that is something that I know how to do. Like, when I see that something isn't working,
Ayoko na.
hindi mahirap sa akin to walk away. Of course, there are factors that I consider, but I know that quitting is also power. Now that I've been able to accept those and let go of those things, I'm able to move on, knowing I've done everything, at least in my human power, to save and do my best. Pero kailangan talaga minsan alam mo rin kung kailan ka mag-walk away. And now I don't really see myself going back to retail. I don't really see myself going back to product development. I realize that my strength is somewhere else. Like, I love being able to talk about my book, selling my book. So it's still moving product, but it's different. It's creative work. So yun, parang even yung Ideology. Remember Ideology?
Yes, Ideology Studio.
Yeah, Ideology Studio. It's a print-on-demand business that I used to have. We had a website. We had partner influencers who printed their own merch there. So kami nagfulfill orders through them. And then kami magfulfill, kami magprint, etc. And in the moment, it was so nice. Like, now looking back, like, I did that. Which is weird because, like, I did business development, I did account management, project management. Like, para ako nag-ahensya.
Saan galing ang energy?
Oo, para ako nag-ahensya in a way. But now I'm like, damn, I don't want to be a CEO. Like, I do not want to be a CEO. I am fine. Because in my head, that was a thing I wanted. Like, I wanted the title CEO. Now I don't. I'm like, I'm chill.
And there's power in that.
Yeah. As in now, I just wanna be a yin. Like, I just wanna do my fun projects like Camp Confidence, and I wanna host events, and I wanna create my TikToks and my YouTube vlogs and do interviews. And it doesn't feel like that much work to me because at this point, because I've tried so many things, I've done so many different things, I know what this feels like compared to if I were doing something else. So if I went back to corporate, I know what that's going to be like. I dread thinking about going back to corporate. So I can live my life now with so much gratitude because alam ko kung anong meron ako. Kasi alam ko yung nawala sa akin.
Totoo. That's what's great about failing. Kasi para sa akin, failure is just information. Parang sometimes, okay, when I failed about something, anong logical aspect of things? Ba't ba ako nag-fail dito? Tapos parang with that information, para sa akin, failure is information of things that did not work. So you'll know what to do moving forward. So okay, so si Talaala, hindi siya nag-work. Bakit? Ano yung mga pwede kong magawa sa susunod kong brand para hindi na to maulit? Or, okay lang naman, if mag-fail to, ano pa yung pwede nating magawa moving forward? Kasi diba, kung di mo tinry yung corporate ulit, di mo tinry yung moving products, how would you know na ang gusto ko pala talaga at ang nagpapasaya sa akin is hosting and creating content? Ako naman din, dun ko din na-realize na parang shocks. Ako naman yung love na love ko talaga yung negosyo. Parang it's something na kaya kong i-navigate. Kaya kong, kumaga yun yung paghihirap na kaya kong tiisin. And happy akong tiisin. Alam mo yun, parang I'm not just compromising just because, I want to be CEO or maging businesswoman ka para masabing businesswoman ka. Hindi. Parang it's something na gusto ko talagang gawin even sa pagtanda ko, pag-retire and stuff. And isa sa mga factors na mga signs kung gusto ko pa ba to ituloy is kapag masaya ako. Masaya ba akong ginagawa ko to or hindi na ba?
You know, happiness is such an underrated thing na people consider because gets ko naman na parang it's hard to be happy doing something that's work. It's hard. But I guess what I've learned through the years is there are so many levels of happiness you can achieve doing many different things. And if you don't try and see and explore yung mga options mo, ang hirap malaman kung anong meron ka. So, ang saya, nakakatuwa actually, like in hindsight, pakonti yung gusto ko gawin. Because before, like, I had so many goals. Like, at one point, I wanted my own hostel. I wanted to put up a hostel. I wanted to have a clothing brand. I wanted to have a makeup line. I wanted to have so many different things. And now that as I go through these different projects, I try, I fail, the closer I am to getting to what is really, really fulfilling to me. And grabe talaga, ang saya maging sa posisyon na to.
Oo.
Pero that's not to say na I wasn't happy then. I was happy then,
Mm-mm.
but I realized I could be happier. And the thing is, all the logical moving parts of it, like money and time and resources, nag-a-adjust siya as I go through these opportunities. Before, wala talaga akong resources. So I just used what I had. I used my salary. That was all I had. Kung ano yung salary ko, yun yung ginagamit ko sa negosyo. And then, kumikita na konti yung negosyo. And then now I can see, can I upgrade my camera? Now that I have a nice camera, maybe I can do other stuff for my other businesses. And then it just kept evolving, just working with what I had. Because I realize, and I hear this a lot from people na madali sabihin yan kasi meron kang ganito, meron kang ganyan. It didn't always start that way. It didn't start that way. It started with, I just had my salary. And then, nasa sayo yun, where you're gonna do that, where you're gonna use your time, your effort, your energy. And in all fairness, nagbubunga siya.
Oh.
Like the small decisions you make. You stay in this company, or you move, like for example, there was one time I had a job offer from a company that I really, really wanted to work with. It's still, like at that time, it was a startup. Now it's a big company. I got an offer from a company that I really admired. And I got an offer as a copywriter.
Okay.
It was a higher salary. It was my asking. Maliit pa rin yun, pero it was my asking salary. So my two options were, do I go for the brand that I really, really admired, better salary, or stay dun sa agency job ko, which had lower salary. But the difference is, doon, flexible yung hours ko. Flexible yung time ko. I can work from home.
Mas makakarakit ka.
Mas makakarakit
Yeah.
ako. I chose to stay at my low-paying job because I wanted time to create content. I wanted to be a content creator. In my head, the big picture was becoming a content creator. I could be a copywriter from my dream brand for this wonderful brand. Yes. But in my heart of hearts, I wanted to be in front of the camera. I didn't want to be behind the scenes. So, pinanindigan ko. I stayed at that agency and then I decided to, okay, I'll invest maybe not my money because I don't have money, but I'll invest my time creating content. That's free. Hindi siya nagbabayad now. It's not paying my bills, nothing. But I know one day it'll ROI, and it did.
Look at her now.
So yun, I guess it's just choices and owning your choices.
One more thing I'd like to tap on is fear of failures. Kasi nakakatakot naman talagang
And
mag-fail.
nakakahiya sometimes.
Nakakatakot, nakakahiya, nakakairita. Ano ba yun? Na parang, eto na naman ako, tatry ko na naman, tapos mag-fail na naman. Pero, I used to dread and fear failing. But with all of the things that I experienced in life, I just realized na yes, the fear of failure is there, pero sometimes fear can be a power that can propel you forward to success. Na tipong, okay, takot ka ngayon, pero if gawin mo siya and mag-fail ka, at least alam mo na kung okay, hindi na to. Kunwari, sa negosyo. Kunwari, etong marketing strategy na to, nakakatakot siyang gawin, pero kapag fine, gawin ko na nga to kahit takot ako. And then nag-fail, at least alam mo nang hindi mo uulitin yun.
Yeah.
Right? Same goes in life na could be yun nga, career na nakakatakot tong gawin, pero sige, gawin ko pa rin anyway. Para in case mag-fail ako dito, alam kong okay, hindi pala ako para dito.
Yeah.
Or, minsan naman din, kapag kahit takot ka, gawin mo, naging successful ka, at least wala kang pagsisisi na parang buti na lang ginawa ko yun.
Buti na lang
right?
talaga. Just final notes on dealing with failure. And this is something that I used to say a lot. Na parang naalala ko lang siya when I was listening to you. I was like, my gosh, remember when I kept saying failure is not fatal? Yeah, I remember earlier episodes, like, that was something that I said a lot. And I guess, I don't know why I lost it along the way. I just forgot about it. But yeah, hindi siya nakamamatay.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, like, you die doing something, I don't know, really extreme.
You failed breathing.
You failed breathing. But in general, maybe 99% of the time, failure is not fatal. Like, yes, it'll be hard. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy. Most things are difficult. Most goals are difficult. But di mo ikamamatay kung mag-flop yung video mo. Hindi mo ikamamatay if ano ang negosyo. I mean, magagawan siya ng paraan. I think it's just the attitude na magagawan mo siya ng paraan.
Everything is figure-outable.
Yeah. And once you have that mindset na, kahit na I don't have the answers right now, I have the personality to get through this. That's a really nice thing to bank on. Na pagka naniniwala ka na ikaw yung kind of person na kaya to ma-figure out. Ako, alam ko ganun ako.
Yeah.
I think I've learned that about myself na dalin mo ako sa ang lupalop ng mundo.
Mabubuhay ako.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, and if you have lessons about failure, anything, favorite parts about this episode, just let us know. Tag us at Camp Confidence Radio, at Ain Bernos, and at Riza Lana. And if you enjoy, don't forget.
Wag nyo. Kakalimut. Never fail to give us at least 5 stars sa ating Spotify. Thank you again so much, friends. We will see you on the next season.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you on the next one really soon. Bye!